everybody, and welcome back to Subs Lie Dubs Lie, a comprehensive anime podcast. It is I, Jay, aka Versace Vegeta. I'm here with my dog D. How you doing, brother?
What's going on, people? What's going on, Jay? We're back at it again. Sorry for the hiatus. It's a long story. I don't think y'all want to know. Y'all just want the content, and we're gonna bring that 100%.
And listen, look, sometimes things happen, life happens, right? So all we can do is keep it trucking, keep it moving, and do our best in order to bring y'all this goodness through this season 5 of the show, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, though, D, for taking the time out to recover, man. I'm very glad that you are doing better. I would much rather us do the show where, you know, you're not like having a flu game it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. That's never fun for anybody. That's like, and there was times where I like, you know what? I got this, man. I got the clutch gene. Nah, bro. Sometimes you just gotta sit your behind down. Like you not weak, you not nothing. You just gotta know your limits.
Yeah, the body has limits, man, and it's gonna let you know when it's reached them one way or another.
Yeah, it's gonna definitely humble you, whether you like it or not. And it definitely humbled me. Shoot, it's still throwing hooks at me, but I'm here. The pride, I guess, in me. I'm still. There's no way on God's green earth that I let a hiatus happen. Not where we're talking about something that I love. Like the season where we're all talking about our favorites.
That's right.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, man.
There's no way. Yeah, maybe if it was G Gundam, but like you know what I'm saying? Maybe
take a little like, hey man, I think I'm not good this week
either. Yeah, absolutely. I you know what? I gotta recoup. Buddy. I don't know when.
It's gonna take some energy just to get through the shit.
Yeah, like I don't know when the ETA, but just know I will someday. But yeah, we're definitely back. I'm super excited. I've been dying to talk about this episode. So y'all definitely gonna enjoy.
Man.
Y'all gonna laugh. Realistically, this is gonna be a fun episode. We taking you all the way back. If you ain't never been an 80s child, neither was I. But we're going back to the 80s. We going back to a classic. This done had the whole country. If it wasn't popular in your time, I'm sorry, it was popular about 15 other countries.
Yeah,
that you possibly can think of. So
majority of the world.
Yeah, like
every major country you can really think of. Like this show popped.
Yeah,
there.
It's a mover, all right. It's a mover. Does it stand the test of time? You'll eventually.
Its influence does. I'll say that much.
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely. Like it's there. People still talk about it. There's a whole subsection of Twitter itself that's like raring to go. Like, yo, bring it back.
yeah, every day.
Every day, and like when I saw certain series where they were in this, they were right neck and neck together. If they're getting remakes, I wouldn't put it past that getting a remake.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, so
very true.
It's gonna be a blast, super blast to talk about it.
Before we get into it this week, man, I gotta tell you, honestly, I have been really deep into my anime games bag.
You can't go wrong with that. Anime games are the greatest thing ever. It, for better or worse, it could keep your love for the anime alive, which is always important. And there's too many series that we covered.
Oh yeah.
That thankfully, if for their games, I'm on wax talking about them. So shout out to them anime games. Shout out to the Muso games, especially.
Bro,
I'm preaching the good word. I'm preaching the good word about them every single time I get. I don't care what nobody says. They are important.
Specifically, and like it's a topic we'll definitely cover next week, but I've been playing a lot of One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 lately.
A series that I love, but man, Koei, we gotta fight. I ain't gonna lie to you,
See,
buddy.
and like that's a problem with Koei Tecmo games just in general. Like all their releases throughout like that 2016, 2017
Stink.
era, just like and forward up until maybe right now where they're starting to revamp. It's been bad, but thankfully, right? Like I never played Pirate Warriors 4 like back when it was new. Like I've only played it now since it's got all the DLC,
which
and
is
everything.
Always a good thing.
Yeah, so being able to jump in and like play like the other side modes with like Shanks from Film Red,
got Goldie Roger, like bro. This is the first time, like, and I'm so pissed off. 'Cause I'm like, this game, and it's still a good game, but
it is
like, we take it back, yo, Pirate Warriors 3. I don't know what between that and J-Star's Victory Bus, right? Those games had a whole chokehold on me.
Oh yeah,
that's all I was playing. Legitimately, the only reason why I still have my PS4 kicking, just to play those in imports. So I bought Pirate Warriors 3 2 times, JP version and the English version.
I just bought it earlier today. Just when I realized all the differences between 3 and 4, man, I was like, no, I gotta get 3.
Yeah, 3 it's an adventure. We gotta run some Dream Log, Nightmare Log, because that game is special. I don't care what anybody says.
Let's get it, bro. Yeah, we can stream the fuck out of that, man.
Absolutely, because that was an adventure. That held me down. 2014, 2015, all I played, Pirate Warriors 3, J-Star's Victory Versus. That's all I played.
And it's funny that you mentioned J-Stars, because I recently went on eBay when I realized I don't have J-Stars on the PS4. I only ever had it on the PS3 because, of course, it was one of those things where like, oh, like, bro, like, I got this when it first came out in Japan. You know what I mean? And I realized,
the copy, man.
like, my roommate at the time had the American version, so I played that. So I had the save file and everything, but I just didn't have the game. I went on eBay, found it for $15, got it within a couple of days. Surprisingly, online still works.
That's crazy to me.
Online still works.
I'm a trophy head to the core, and I still need. Me too. I just need the online trophies to get.
Let's run some online battles.
Yeah, for sure. Yo, that game. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care what you got. Whatever you got against Jump Force, that's Jump Force. This is J-Star's Victory.
Yeah.
This held me down. The characters in the game, the story,
summers, bro,
held me down. You talk about any popular shonen, any shonen that was worth a damn was in the game. That's all that matters. If your series wasn't in there, you didn't make you was trash. I'm sorry. Every character that was in the game, obviously, they made a stamp and a legacy that supersedes video games, just anime as a whole. They belong there. Jump Force, I understand why people hate it, because they had that new stuff. Let me stop.
Really, like after going back and playing J-Stars, what I realized is that if Jump Force had never had that creator character in it, we would have just got J-Stars too. Yeah. And it's like, was the creator character worth us having those ugly graphics? No. I was fine with us having the old Dragon Ball Z arcade style graphics. You know what I mean? Like,
the graphics hold up well for J-Star's Victory. So I was confused. So I don't know why they went that route, but you know, the super beta for Sparking Zero, it did its service, whatever. Jump Force, you did what you had to do. You look ugly, the story models were funny, but
other than that, I enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Like I wasn't even gonna plan on buying it. I was game sharing with my little brother, and I bought the deluxe edition for his Christmas gift. And I ended up playing it, and I was like, yo, this is fun, but the goddamn models, the faces that they make, oh boy, let's just skip the cutscenes, buddy. Let's get into these battles. That's all I ever thought, because it was bad. It was bad, but it was very much fun to use a Super Saiyan Blue Goku against, you know, a Deku. All the characters I did not like or did not respect, they was getting smoked up. That Asta character, he got smoked up.
Oh, please believe, bro.
I was smoking them out.
I was never using no damn Asta.
I was not using any of them new gen characters. Anybody that I did not respect, he was getting smoked.
But anytime a Bleach 1000-Year Blood War character came out, they was getting thrown in a team.
He was there. Like,
what was your main team in Jump Force?
I went old school. I ran the Luffy, the Goku, and I ran the Ryu Saiba from City Hunter.
Ooh, we were so similar.
That's my guy. Like, literally, I'm not taking that game serious competitively, like how I tell people not to take Sparking Zero serious. So I'm just picking the characters that I like, and I love Rio. City Hunter is my jam, so I definitely had to put him there. And if it wasn't that, I had Yusuke, and I sometimes would use Dio, and then I would sometimes use Kenshiro. Because again, I'm only ever using people that I respect, and that's it. If you told me that Deku and Asta and all them was S tier, A tier, I still wouldn't use them.
Wasn't hearing it, yeah.
I don't care about none of that, buddy. I really don't.
My main team was Ryo Saiba, because when he would shoot his pistol, like, it was just the tracking on it was just so good.
Yeah, it was
in early Jump Force.
Yeah,
it was like, oh no, this nigga's cheap. I like this.
Yeah.
And if you weren't using items and stuff in Jump Force, like the computer could wreck you pretty bad. So it was good to have characters that played keep away. Speaking of which, my second character was Seto Kaiba. Seto Kaiba was really good in that game because he would just launch out the Blue Eyes White Dragon, and like he had a grab move where the blue eyes would fly at you, and it's if you're playing against a computer, it's not going to block that shit.
Yeah, it's not.
So it's a flying grab that reaches from like halfway across the screen. My guy. My last character was always Hitsugaya Toshiro, man.
Yeah, that was the season one. Wasn't he DLC for season one?
Because once you could use him and then you could transform into adult Hitsugaya and he was quicker, I was like, oh yeah, bro. Like, don't let me have him round two. It's over, bro. Yeah, don't let me have him in a full gauge. It's over, bro.
Yeah. The only thing that pissed me off and should have never been DLC was EA. Because I used the hell out of him in J-Star's Victory.
Me too.
That was my guy. He was. Me too. Yeah, he was special. And they had Giorno in there, which is like, my opinion on Part 5 is. We'll say that for some other time. Part 5, my experience is different from most people. So
Yoruichi was a really fun character too.
Yeah,
I like playing his hair a
all
lot.
The Bleach characters, respect
all the Bleach characters. Bro, Aizen was nasty.
Aizen was nasty, and as he should.
He could put up that wall, and like people just couldn't get behind it. And if you were good with your timing, you could just be doing damn Black Coffin the whole time you're behind that wall. It's like. Huddle 99, and he's doing the whole damn incantation, and then the damn black box just
I gotta spin that game again.
Listen, I'm more than willing to play it with you, bro. I think the online for that still works.
They gotta be
against each other. That still works too.
That gotta be there, bro. That game only like 4 years old.
Yeah. If J-Stars
is still running, then that's it. That era, beautiful.
Yeah,
and I forgot to mention in the trio, Eyes of Heaven, JoJo. That was mainly the 2014-2015 man special year for anime video games. That was my JoJo fix. That was perfect. If you've never played that game, I don't care if you don't like arena fighters. Too bad.
I almost want to say that like. Those characters work better in that game than in All-Star Battle.
All-Star, not
and it's the same. Like they're definitely taking the same models and everything, but they worked better in an open arena style fighter. Like it felt like a, you know what it reminded me of? The gameplay reminded me of Spawn in the Demon's Hand.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like just like free roaming around arenas and fighting against each other. Like that was a game that I loved playing 4-player against people back in the day.
That was a fun 3D arena. That's you need
this
that.
picked up that spirit for sure.
Yeah, had a great selection of characters and an amazing story. We take those over here. So that should have been ported again, reported, put it on PS5, PC, and add the characters that I wanted, aka Jotaro Part 6. Like literally, that's all I was begging for.
Bro,
everybody else was good.
It's like, bro, why we get Dio over Heaven but not no Jotaro Part 6, man? Like, what's going on here, bro?
Literally, exactly.
I just wanted him in the damn leather.
Yeah,
it's skin. You know what I mean?
Having cut like that. The best part of those games were like the cutscenes before and the cutscenes after, like the dialogue, because it's hella interesting to have a character from, let's say, Part 6 interact with somebody from Part 2, and they would have particular specific lines for them. So it felt mad special. Best believe I was running every character to see what would they say. And the super team attacks, beautiful. Dio and Joinos, I tell you, that's special.
Man, love that one. Love that one a lot. I loved all the little like if you got like old Joseph and young Joseph.
Yeah,
like, the little special stuff. You know?
Yeah, mad fun. That game need to be ported back up. Bring it back. PS5 enhance it, PS5 Pro enhance it, whatever you want to do it. I want that. I want Jotaro Part 6 because the team attack between him and Jolene would be beautiful, and I need that. That's the only way. And Funny Valentine in that game is legitimately he's literally the dope.
And he hides right under the damn.
I can't wait for y'all to. I know a lot of y'all are like strictly anime only. I'm not shunning anybody for doing that.
Hey, we getting that manga in the States now.
Yeah,
like y'all better start to reading, boy.
Y'all better. I always tell y'all manga over anime, but when y'all do get Part 7 anime wise, also buckle up because you're gonna get CGI. Like I don't know why.
There's no way
if you don't know the concept or whatever what Part 7's about, you just know you're getting CGI. There's no way you can finesse it without using CGI. So you're
not in 2025.
Not maybe 2024, 2040. Like you probably get but no, you're getting CGI. But that's fine because if you watch superhero, you realize CGI could be done really well. So you need to grow up. Like I'm telling you to grow up. Perfection. Funny Valentine in that game, perfection. Love it.
The reason I bring up I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying story wise, did his thing, and I love gameplay, but story. If you have your own original story, I'm moved.
And that's the thing. I love an anime with its original story that's good, right? Yeah. And that's one of the better ones, right? Like anime games really have these waves where they come and go. And it'll be really strong releases, and because anime franchises exist all the time, there'll be a period of time where it's just weak. Let's just put shit out to keep the license releases, right? Yeah, it feels like we're getting back to that era of strong releases, like with games like Sparking Zero. I know, look, call it what you want. It's a party game.
It's a party game.
I think it's great.
Yeah, I don't care if you say it's a party game or not. Like literally, you not. People be taking offense to that, like, oh, party game, not a real fighter. You will never
that's
be
a
evil.
Good thing, bro.
That's
don't you play Smash Brothers?
Don't you play Smash Brothers? And I don't care what anybody says. That's a party game too. Like no matter how competitive you want to make it, it's still a party game.
So it's one of those things where I see it as we're in an upswing of anime games again. And just recently this week we had the announcement for when Bleach Rebirth of Souls is coming out. That being in late March. The date surprised me. Yeah, March 25th. Yeah, honestly, because I'm not gonna be lying to you. I expected it's coming like January, February.
Yeah. Wow.
I really did.
Well, with the trailers, it was coming, but like I thought they was just gonna hold it. Like I thought the roster was gonna be super big. That's why like the videos, like they're not like they gave you exactly what you're getting, but like I thought there was gonna be more thrown, and it's still gonna be more. I just thought there was gonna be more throughout months.
I get what you're saying.
To see March I'm happy.
It still gives them 3 more months because they have been doing those weekly releases. Like it, looking at just like the calendar and the like on the pace of how many characters they've announced, we have at least like 30 characters in the roster if they do one every week between now and then.
Yeah.
So that's a really decently sized roster, especially when you consider that they're doing early Bleach through End of Fuego Mundo, right?
Yeah. So yeah.
But I really liked the release trailer that we got for it, invoking all of those really dope moments from Soul Society arc, which we just covered last week.
Yep.
You know, really liked seeing that in motion with the game's engine because it, you know, look, it's 2024 and we're getting a game with an anime game with fully like realized cutscenes. Who would have known that was possible? Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash, one of the biggest animes out in recent years, gives us an anime game where we're sitting through fucking slideshows,
and
bro.
like and I know
PowerPoint presentations.
I know they're gonna tag me and say, "Yo, Spark and Zero did the slideshow business too." And
not all the way though.
Not all the way. They gave me a little bit of images.
Yeah,
I get your point. I get your point for the opposing side, but like all slideshow, we don't
all
do
slideshows
that.
is different, bro. Especially like I played the mobile game for about a week. And like even in the mobile game, you get like moving characters and they're voicing out the entire scenes, and you kind of see them. Like it's a visual novel style, but it's not like a still character smiling and then frowning. Like no, if they're moving and emoting and everything, it's like how do we get more attention here on the mobile side for a Billy game?
Yeah, but yeah. Well, we know when we know the power of mobile games.
Oh yeah.
We know the power.
I do get it. It's a bigger return on investment for sure.
Absolutely.
But it's just wild, you know. Like
for your first console entry to be that, no good. Yeah, and I heard that they're doing updates, and that's fine. And
they're still doing DLC and everything. That's great.
That's great. But your first impression is everything, and you came out the gate swinging and missing. You went.
One of those updates was in arcade mode, bro. Like, come on, it came.
That wasn't in. No, yeah,
it came. They Street Fighter 5 in it over there, boy. I'm sorry. Keep that away from me.
You doing that Crapcom style, and you don't even got like. Yeah, we like you. Well. The anime is popular.
Yeah.
Let me clear myself. The anime is popular. That's not you doing all of that. Like, no, you're the new. This is your first game. Don't mess it up, bro. Like, it's okay to just wait it out. I'm gonna let you know, because Bleach in the State did the same foolishness where they gave a Shattered Blade, and I promise you, I was so good off of Bleach games.
That Bleach Wii game, and it's crazy because. You know, there was 2 games that came out for the Wii for Bleach, and the second one was absolute fire. We never got that.
Never got that because of course we're not.
You have to play it by wagging the damn Wiimote around. You have no other option.
Bro, I'm playing that on a CRT, and I'm like, I'm out of it. And I have a perfectly fine GameCube controller because I was still GameCube in it because I still have my import games.
Yeah.
And why the heck did I not get to ever use my GameCube controller for a game that legitimately looks like you can use a GameCube controller on it.
Especially when you have so many other games at the time that allowed you to. You know, this was a standard option. This is not like a special fighting game. You know, this is a fighting game that was like 2.5D in the sense that like you fought on like an even playing against each other, bro. Like this is not something that it doesn't require you to have to use the Wiimote.
Yeah, exactly. Look, Clash of Gekko Ninja Tyson Special, Gekko Ninja Tyson, the Wii, like you got little buffs for using the Wii remote. Everybody was using the GameCube controller. Even Clash of Revolution when we got I was using the GameCube controller. I don't care about like, oh yeah, you're gonna give me like a little 0.5 increase in my super attack. I don't care about that, bro. I'm gonna pick the most optimal.
That shit matters.
None of it matters. Can you even finesse Shattered Blade on a Dolphin emulator and use just strictly like direct input? Because like maybe I might have a different. I'm wondering.
Yeah, because
that game could that
not
game
even tried.
That game just has a bad taste in my mouth. I came out of pocket with that game.
Yeah,
like a dummy.
Same.
Like a dummy.
I bought that bitch full price.
Me too. Like a
fool.
like a fool. And literally, when I got Hate the Soul 3 at my mom and pop's store, I got it for $30.
See,
so boom.
And that's a much better game.
Much better game. Like, not even much better. To say much better would be superior game. The game that we were supposed to get. Like, if we could have got that around the States, I promise you, we probably looking at Bleach a little bit different, but I digress. But yeah, let's not. Like, if they make a new game within the next 2 years from now, you gotta scrap that whole Cursed Clash garbage.
Yeah,
you gotta come. Arena fighters are popping now, so they always been popping, but Bandai realized that they're popping now.
Yeah.
So you need to make one, and you have the characters and whatever. Like, I'm not a big Bleach fan head, but like, you can make it work with, let's say, a CC2 engine or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So call them boys up. They not busy right now, to my knowledge. So go ahead. They ain't making another Storm game. That's in my knowledge. I hope not.
I'm just saying, man, like, if we're gonna continue at this rate, I need all the anime games to come back with this heat.
Yeah.
Bleach Rebirth of Soul is looking fire.
Yeah.
Sparking Zero has all potential to get even better over the year.
Like, I don't know, the patch, whenever that drops officially, maybe like, yo, I already enjoyed the game when I got it, so maybe my enjoyment will be on a different level when I play that. So that leads to the other series. Yo, come outside. Naruto was holding it down because Naruto's a fan favorite in the state. Naruto's the greatest anime in the state, apparently. Strictly in the West, like Naruto is One Piece. So the games were holding it down. So I'm expecting everybody else. One Piece had their arena fighter, Burning Blood. I liked it, so make another one. So
listen,
if they can do it, other series can do it.
If we're gonna get continuations of the old schools, I need really fire continuations.
Yeah,
if
take your time.
Get this new stuff. Yeah, take your time with it, and like give the devs time. Look, we ain't in no rush. Y'all ain't gotta announce it until
just say you in production.
Bleach proved that, because hell, they didn't even announce that they was in production until
they just
working on it.
They just said it, and I thought it was just jokes.
Yeah.
I thought it was jokes because I've been begging for a Bleach fighting game in the States forever. So for me to get that years later, I'm like, yeah, we in.
Yeah, it's real now. It's real. I'm very, very excited, man. I'm very excited. And hopefully the series that we're covering this week, Saint Seiya, Knights of the Zodiac, Los Caballeros del Zodiaco, hopefully one of these days it gets something new too, man. Because honestly, I fell back in love with Saint Seiya after having like watched, the episodes that came on Cartoon Network back in the day, just through an anime game release back in 2011. Like, there was a whole new game for Saint Seiya Sanctuary Battle, Saint Seiya Senki in Japan. That basically is like an arcade style / Musou style Saint Seiya game that covers the entire Sanctuary arc. And because I had only seen the episodes that I had seen back in the day, that gave me a chance to go through the entire Sanctuary arc and actually be like, okay, let me see what this is hitting.
Oh boy.
Now, mind you, it's 2011.
Yeah.
And I'm going through this arc and I'm like, wait, this seems a little familiar. Wait. So they gotta go rescue a girl, and there's these 12 gold saints.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're the stronger versions of the good guys, but some of them might be bad. One of them is actually really bad, and he's hiding himself, and you don't know which one is the bad one. Huh? I think I seen this in Bleach.
Yeah.
And so that kind of like reinvigorated this love for Saint Seiya for me. I went and watched all the OVAs I could find and all that stuff. And I've just been a huge Saint Seiya fan for these past 13 years since. Like I might have known about Saint Seiya back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day.
Once I rediscovered the Sanctuary art, that's when I was like, nah, I'm die hard for this.
Yeah, we in it. Because it's
like fantasy all day.
Yeah, we in it. Cause like, yo, for better or for worse, like this is the 80s. And if you love that era, I love the 80s. For whatever we look at it. Like some people love it, some people hate it. I love the 80s. This screams out 80s.
It does.
Like a mug.
It
so
does.
I'm always holding that series to high regard in my heart.
And there are some really, really dope fights that happen in this arc, man. Like, you've got some really heavy hitters where the 5 bronze saints, you've got Pegasus Seiya, Dragon Shiryu, you've got my man
Yoga.
Cygnus Yoga.
Yeah.
You've got Andromeda Shun, and you've got his older brother Phoenix Ikki, right? And my man Ikki, he's like OG Green Ranger style. I'll show up when y'all need me type.
This is what y'all. This pops to people.
If you ever liked a 6 Ranger in Super Sentai or Power Rangers, this is where Toei got the idea from, basically.
Yeah, because this
archetype of character hadn't been in Super Sentai yet, and in anime there had only been you have Racer X, right?
Yeah.
Which kind of fits that archetype for this type of character that Phoenix Ikki fits. But you didn't have it in like this group of characters that you had your like main core 4, and then you had this other person who was like, I'm on your side. I'm a mountain y'all might have to overcome every now and again, but I'm on your side, right?
People were led to believe that Ikki would have probably was working with the Pope, like, which is mad funny to me.
Yeah, I always thought that was weird. It's like, y'all think he's the guy who did this?
like I don't think
if he's the guy who did this, then why is he just here, like, he's easily accessible with y'all? Yeah,
like he's mixing with y'all. He might not be gang, but he gang. Like, so that's a shocking factor to me. Like, people saying that they thought he was gonna that doesn't even, personality wise, it don't even match. Like, it doesn't.
Exactly, right? This is you gotta remember, this is a different era for anime, right? Like, we ain't got no Vegetas yet. We got we got dudes, you know what I mean? We got evil. That's like, it. Evil or good. Yeah. And like maybe an in between, but not like really like where you got to deep dive into it. Like, his morality is, we're not doing that yet. For that era, you can try to do that, but the closest thing you had was old boy that was helping out my boy Kenshiro every now and again. Yeah. And he starts off like, kind of Mixie himself. Are you the man with the 7 scores? Yeah. And then he humbles himself. So before Ray ever shows up, man, like on some help you shit, like he's some like I might have to kill your ass. No, because he realistically that was what it was. It's I'm gonna kill you, or like he was doing flagrant. What he was doing, flagrant. He came through. Oh, Mamiya. Oh, you think you a woman going to war? Yo, cut this out. Ripping off clothes, not once, but twice. So it was either like. It wasn't like nobody wasn't really trying to just go straight into the point and like mix you with like, some good with some like it's you're getting blatant evil. Blatant, it's wild. Good. Yeah. It's wild. Yeah. And like Ikki is that first like Itachi level type character of like, not in the sense of like, this is the evil older brother, but like this is the older brother that will whoop ass for little bro. If ever needed. And both characters give me that Itachi vibe in the fight, which is mad funny. The part 1 representation is Shaka, and clearly the part 2, I'm still tough, but realistically,
I'm doing this only for my brother. Realistically,
Yeah,
that's Ikki. So it's mad funny. It's super funny.
It is
two sides of the same coin.
So you got that with Phoenix Ikki, right? Who is one of the main characters we'll be focusing on in the battle that we're covering this week. You also have one of the Gold Saints, Virgo Shaka, who is known to be the closest to God.
Closest to God. This twink. The closest to God.
Homeboy is a reincarnation of Buddha. Right? Yeah. And his powers are all dedicated to Buddhist mythology.
Yeah. And some of the rawest stuff ever.
Some of the rawest shit ever.
Some of the rawest stuff ever.
And when I tell you, man, like when I was going through the Sanctuary arc, going through that game, like the game with this fight is pretty cool. But when I actually watched this fight, I was like, no, this is why I love Saint Seiya. This is it right here. Now, are there cooler fights in terms of like how the story goes? Yeah, for sure. Yes. But this fight stuck with me like, oh, this is that pure. This is what shonen was, man. This is where shonen came from, man. So I will be very glad to discuss Phoenix Ikki versus Virgo Shaka from the Sanctuary arc of Saint Seiya this week. I hope y'all are ready for this because this is a very, very fun fight.
It's a fun fight.
Very great mix of characters.
Yeah.
And there's just a whole lot to get into, even though there's not that much that happens. So stay tuned after the break, and we'll be glad to get right into Phoenix Ikki versus Virgo Shaka from Saint Seiya.
Coming August 30th to Cartoon Network. There is great evil in the universe, yet through the darkness, a glimmer of hope shines. A young hero, chosen by fate and lured by adventure, must overcome his doubt and uncover his own greatest power. Pegasus power, punch now! Guided by the ancient power of the constellations and aided by the bravest warriors in all of mythology, the battle begins. The Knights of the Zodiac.
I have lost the gold cloth of Sagittarius. The Black Knights have stolen it.
For the love of a princess and the promise of universal peace.
You must get the gold cloth back. The universe will be mine!
Seiya and his Bronze Knights will mount an epic battle to protect the most powerful force of the cosmos, the gold cloth of Sagittarius.
Ultimate power is ours. Behold the gold cloth.
Brace yourselves.
Okay, stars, do your stuff.
For the Knights of the Zodiac.
So the entire point of the Sanctuary arc in Saint Seiya is that Athena, the goddess, the Greek goddess, has been reincarnated into a woman named Saori Kido. And basically she's the goddess for all of the saints that are these super powered orphan children that are basically, their lives are dedicated to serve the goddess Athena and to protect the earth from evil, right?
Which is crazy because like they not that like religion wise, like these people follow their own religion. Like Yoga is a Christian, Shaka is a Buddhist, and even so, regardless of that manner, they are still dedicating themselves to the Athena. So that's always a twist and a loop for me.
Yeah, it's always been interesting how Saint Seiya is really like such an international show in terms of the cast, right? Because all of the saints are from like these different countries. You've got Shiryu, who's from like China, Hong Kong. You've got Seiya, he's obviously the Japanese character, right? Yeah. Like you've got Ikki and Shun, I believe they're Greek.
Yeah.
And so and then of course you got like Hyoga, who's Russian. Even all the 12 golden saints, like there's some that are from Brazil. There are some that are from France, other countries from all over the world.
Shaka's from India.
Himself being Indian, right? And you have to bring this up because if I would imagine the majority of people who listen to our show are American listeners, right? Shout out to all of our listeners in everywhere that already knows games.
Yes.
Shout out to all of our listeners. If you're in Latin America, if you're in Europe, anywhere in Asia, y'all already know.
Y'all know what it is.
Thank you for tuning in this week. We did this for y'all.
Yes. Somebody got to talk about this series.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Because, in the States, it's just not that popular. But in all these countries where all these characters are represented, you'll find huge fan bases for Saint Seiya.
Yeah. Yo, they go hard, bro.
All over, So it's something where, you have this story where basically the goddess Athena has been captured. And the Grand Pope, who is basically like the religious leader for everyone in Saint Seiya, like all the saints and whatnot, right, is apparently the one who did it.
Yeah, he's moving shaky for somebody who's supposed to be honorable for whatever reason.
So with that in mind, right, like the Gold Saints serve the Pope before they serve Athena, basically. Like their orders are directly from him. And since they basically keep passage over the sanctuary, which is basically these 12 Zodiac House temples that go up Mount Olympus to Star Hill, where the Grand Pope's temple is at, right? Like the Bronze Saints, our main cast, have to fight through all of these 12 houses of the Zodiac in order to get to where Athena is being kept, and they have to do it within
a certain time period, which is
12
amazing.
hours.
Yeah, that's tough because they're building up these Gold Saints as they're the top dogs. We already went through Silver Saints, and they was giving them the Bronze Saints some hell. So the Gold Saints, you'd obviously assume they gonna clap them up. And it was not easy. It was not an easy road for any of these saints.
Not at all. It's like something where, like these Gold Saints are said to be like hundreds or thousands of times stronger than the Bronze Saints. You basically have like a hierarchy within the saints themselves. You have Bronze Saints, Silver Saints, and Gold Saints, right? And Silver Saints are said to be like hundreds of times stronger than even Bronze Saints themselves. So when you're putting up like the fact that these characters are all sort of like new in being Bronze Saints, and they have to face off against the 12 strongest saints.
It's like, damn, what misery are they gonna go through, and how are they gonna get through it? Because the reincarnation of the goddess Athena has to be alive. That's just what, that's just, that's either end game or bust, Super Bowl or bust. You have to rescue her. It's not a side quest.
And our 4 Bronze Saints are often visited by the goddess Athena in these visions that they can have, like through dreams, right? Where she will call out to them and like let them know like when they need to keep fighting, or give them the will to carry on, right?
Oh, she does that all right.
And so since they can still get these visions of the goddess Athena talking to them, they decide, they have to move forward and challenge the 12 Gold Saints in the houses of the sanctuary, right?
Yeah.
So where we're at right now is about halfway through, right? Mm-hmm. We're getting to a point to where a good amount of the saints have had their first battle, or even like some of them have had their second one right now, right? And the saints have met like one of their greatest challenges in Leo Ayora. That's one of my favorite fights in the sense that like Seiya winds up having his second fight against him, and Seiya and Leo Ayora have very similar fighting styles.
Mm-hmm.
So it's this like moment where we just saw the main character like really like level up, right?
Had no choice. Had no choice at all.
And once they leave from that temple of the sanctuary, the Leo Golden Saint basically tells them, look, next up is the Virgo Saint.
The Virgo Saint.
And he's the one closest to God, okay? Like he's crazy powerful. As a matter of fact, when you see him, his eyes are going to be closed. Yeah, so do not let him open them.
Do not. That's like it's like it again. If you know Naruto, he hold Itachi with the Genjutsu. Don't look into his eyes. Don't look into his eyes. Same thing applies.
Yeah.
Do not look into this man's eyes. He's gonna send you into the deepest parts of hell. Which again, if you know Naruto and the ever-loving talk of Genjutsu, this is basically where it starts.
Yeah, there's a few things actually, a couple of things.
Yeah, this is where it starts.
The Rinnegan, you could say, is definitely like the entire like basis of the Rinnegan is based off of.
Ain't nobody was talking about any
Shaka's six paths technique. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we've reached this point where you've got Pegasus Seiya, Dragon Shiryu, and Andromeda Shun. They're all rushing into the Virgo temple. And once they are in there, it basically looks like a beautiful oasis. Like there's just like these trees and like just this great view,
crazy
right?
view for like you realize that this is the final boss, even though he's not.
Yeah, it very much feels like some final boss shit because like all the temples, they're literally like Greek temples, right?
Yeah,
they go in there and there's all these pillars in the open space and all this shit, right? They go in here and it's like, whoa, like we just entered a whole different dimension.
There's nothing close to what we went up against, and I don't know how these guys are going to even stand up to anything close to somebody's close to God. So what are they going to do? They didn't even do a damn thing.
Nothing.
Them Bronze Saints that came in there did a damn thing. All they did was get smoked.
Literally, that's all that happened. They came in there and they rushed at Virgo Shaka, and he was just like, "Yeah, that's cool." Om.
Yeah, he gave me that Sephiroth Itachi vibe of like, y'all are babies.
Yeah,
and moved them with ease. There was nobody there. There's not a form of a talk from a goddess that was going to bring those people up at all.
Dragon Shiryu tries like throwing an uppercut at him. He just raises his hand right above the uppercut and just like forces his hand down.
Well, guy, his eyes back
with his eyes closed and everything. Just
he just got his eyes, and he's going against somebody who's closing their eyes, and this dude absolutely wrecked. Oh, the bad Shiryu's my guy. He got wrecked.
Yeah,
wrecked
quickly, man.
I thought his bout in the Sanctuary arc, I thought he was a top dog. You know what I'm saying? Level.
Because he's coming right off of a very fire fight.
Yeah, a super
Cancer Death Mask.
That is, I often argue what's my favorite, and for this point, it's that Shiryu versus Death Mask. Even though it was like the equivalent of WrestleMania 91 and 2 combined, it was legitimately it moved me.
Yeah.
So he got his odds back. So I'm like, yo, he a top dog. Seiya, come outside. Ikki, he over there. He not even with the gang. He doing what he doing.
Ikki back on Death Mask Island shit.
Yeah, just cooling.
Just chilling. Right.
And this supposed to be the second strongest Seiya. And he got packed up. So I'm like, oh, it's over. it's over. If you're not gonna get Hyoga, Hyoga. But if you're not gonna get Hyoga, you gonna be out for some time.
Dead serious.
There was nothing you was gonna do. Everybody had their own fight. So for them to even, there was no senzu beans.
No.
Come on, bro.
Now
there was nothing that's convenient. We'll talk about what happens when you get a certain call from somebody, but you not like, they had a whole blood feud, and Seiya, who's our main lead, like he ain't even smoked the dude he was going up against. So there was no way in hell. I was thinking my first time watching, I'm like, okay, they not doing nothing. This clearly got to be spinned into something else. Somebody got to pop out. I didn't know it was going to be Ikki. I was surprised.
And that's the wild thing, right? Because if you're watching the anime, right? The anime for Saint Seiya is known for extending scenes, basically canon filler, right?
Yeah,
you can call it that, right?
Yeah.
Like these moments you could imagine them actually taking place within the events of the Sanctuary arc. They add moments of other characters talking to each other. They may not be there live in the moment. They add other obstacles for characters to kind of explain why they might not be there. So before Ikki even reaches Ikki doesn't even get in the idea to go to the Virgo temple, right?
Yeah.
He's back on the island, and there's these two saints, the Lotus Saint and the Peacock Saint, who are vassals of Virgo Shaka, and they go looking for Ikki and threatening to kill like an old man and this little girl. Right, the old man winds up getting murdered. The little girl looks like she's about to get killed. Here comes Phoenix Ikki to the rescue. Right,
that is mad funny because I get it. Great placement, because again, for somebody that we just smoked out our main cast that we've been highlighting.
Yeah,
somebody got to come through. We already had somebody show up to get sacrificed just to end the fight, so we gotta somehow pump this guy. We gotta, whoever's fighting the closest thing to God, we gotta bump him up. And
it was pretty obvious Ikki was gonna wind up having a fight with the Gold Saint. Yeah.
But these vessels, that threw me off. I get it, but
it was crazy because like they wound up giving Ikki a little bit more of a challenge than I expected him to.
Yeah,
like it was really just because Ikki hadn't fought against people that use that sort of like meditation style that Virgo Shaka uses, but he was basically fighting 2-on-1 with these guys, and Shaka's helping them from like far away,
which is insane, but
which is so dirty because it's like, bro, like, so you're basically just saying like, hey, nah, I'm willing to fight these guys, but keep him away from me.
Yeah, that was crazy. First of all, he's packing up dudes and doing all of this in his mind. How he doing it? You don't know at the time. All you just know is that he's the closest thing to God. So
yeah,
when you see things happen, you're like, okay, well, clearly this is the closest thing to God. We're letting it rock. It's unexplainable. Somebody that's closest to God in this universe where we're all talking about goddesses, etc., etc. If he doing that, clearly he the real thing. He the big top dog. So the vessel stuff, I didn't mind. It increases the whole allure of Shaka, and it makes him obviously stand out way more. Even though he was already, from the minute he packed up all the Bronze Saints in an instant, I was like, okay, you got it. But it does give into the like, yo, he's a little bit super different now.
Yeah,
because he's doing stuff with mind.
It was something where, you know, like Ikki was the only person we had really seen like fight with illusions up to this point, where he uses his Phoenix illusion fist, right? So he uses that to try to strike against these two guys, and it does nothing to them because you basically find out that Virgo Shaka had taught them how to meditate fear out of their hearts. And so Ikki basically just brute strengths them and beats the hell out of them. And we go back to Virgo Shaka fighting against the Bronze Saints, and only Andromeda Shun, Ikki's younger brother, is left standing there, albeit very weakly. And basically Virgo Shaka is like, you know what, like before I kill these two, like I'm gonna go ahead and send your soul to hell and see what the hell happens to you. And right before that happens, a damn phoenix wing slashes right past Virgo Shaka, cuts him on the hand. And he's like, what?
What the hell is this? Oh, the Phoenix.
See that Phoenix blaze right behind him? And there's Phoenix Ikki just like, don't you lay a finger on my brother.
Because Ototo power is strong no matter what era it is. You hear me?
That's right. That older brother power, boy, that's a strength that you cannot equate to.
You're not. Yeah, that's a whole power up and a half. And in a series where power-ups come in different forms, to have that and then another one, oh yeah, you were here. You're already in good company. So what a crazy entrance. Like I said, if you read the manga, like this happens off rip.
Off rip.
But to smoke two vessels, like you didn't smoke them, but to defeat the two vessels and then come here, like, yeah, you're cool.
Yeah,
you're cool because like, yo, you supposed to be like half done realistically, because they was giving my man some problems. I'm not gonna lie.
And it's wild because, like, you know, Ikki, knowing he's a Bronze Saint, is just like, I don't give a damn who you are, bro.
Really
like,
yeah, bro. Like, he's like there's a panel like, bro, like you don't realize that. Like, I don't care if you like believe in Buddha, a guy, like, bro, I believe in my strength, and that always moves me with characters. Some of the best. And anytime you pivot to avoiding the unnecessary, don't tell me about your, like, we could see your acts of Nakama power, your brother power, like that being his strength, but just you telling me straight out, I don't care about none of that. I'm basing all of this into my ability. That's a A+ for Ikki right there.
Absolutely nice, man. He
separates himself just off of that. He already gave himself a different vibe, just not mixing completely with the other Bronze Saints. But for him to just stand out like, yo, screw all that other stuff you talking about, buddy. Give you Buddhist God, whatever. Like, I'm here, bro. I got hands, and you gotta see them. That you knew he was gonna get something fired. You knew.
What was nuts is that how Shaka just said, okay, you know what? You one of these Bronze Saints. I'll just treat you like one of them.
He gonna treat you like a little, like, bro, he's full on arrogant. This is Sephiroth vibes.
So he uses his move called the Transmigration to the 6th Pass, otherwise known as Rikudo Rine, and it sends Ikki into the 6 Buddhist samsaras, like the different rebirth realms that exist within Buddhist mythology. Yeah. So you have this like realm of hungry spirits and ghosts where people just go around hungry all day and just like looking for food, right? You have the realm of humans where people are just in distress and misery all the time. The realm of hell.
Yeah, the realm of hell, the realm of the
like all these different realms, different hells, right? And
yeah, that's really what it is.
Shaka basically says, like, I wonder where your soul's gonna land at, right? And Ikki gets up off the ground immediately and hits Shaka with the Phoenix illusion fist right in the head. Now, typically, this move is supposed to put...
Yeah, this is a one-hitter quitter.
Yeah, it's supposed to put crazy illusions in your head. Basically, it's like if you could hit somebody with your fist with a Tsukuyomi from Naruto.
Yeah.
Basically how that shit works, right? Like, he puts... In Saint Seiya, their power structure is called Cosmos.
It's just Cosmos.
Right? It's basically very simple. The Big Bang created us all. We all have the power of the stars within us. Some of us know how to challenge them further by activating their 6th sense, right? Yeah. So they use this power to be able to do all their techniques, right? He tries to put an illusion in Shaka's mind, and Shaka's just like, bro, I'm the reincarnation of Buddha. Like, that does nothing.
That does nothing. It just knocks off his stupid mask.
It just knocks over the helmet on his head. That's it.
That's all it does.
But Shaka was like, you know what though? That's very interesting. The way that you were able to just like come back from that. And Phoenix is like, look, I'm the Phoenix Saint. Bro, I've lived through hell, bro. Yeah. You send me to a hell, I'm coming right back. That don't mean shit to me. Which I thought that right then and there, that was my character.
Yeah,
that was my guy.
Yeah. Shaka mentions like, yo, can you truly be immortal like the Phoenix? Like, duh. If you ever knew anything about mythology or anything regarding the term Phoenix, the Phoenix surely shall rise again. So, I don't know what this man thought it was gonna be, but Ikki not no regular Bronze Saint. You know what I'm saying? These group of Bronze Saints, there's 88 of them. These little 5 fellows, and Apari and Ikki, they not no normal. Like, bro, you can't treat them like they just ordinary Bronze Saints. He came in there because he's Buddha, allegedly. So he like, you know what? I'm gonna treat them like some scrubs. You don't do that. And not with nobody who's real serious like Ikki. He not no not no clown.
Not at all.
He not no clown. That boy is dead serious. If there's any other character that shows it's not, I wouldn't say maturity, like, because realistically, you could look at Ikki and be like, yo, you're just pompous, or you're just arrogant. But like, he's very confident, and that's what you need out of this group. For a group that always questions, how are they going to do this? How are they going to do that? Especially if you was watching their past fights in this arc. You needed somebody who's very sure of themselves. So thank God this man Shaka went up against another demon. This is a real demon. A demon got to fight another demon.
I'm saying, man.
Like,
it's crazy because Shaka turns that illusion back on Ikki. And instead, Ikki sees himself walking through the river Styx, holding his baby brother as a child, and imagine his arms getting heavier and heavier. And Virgo Shaka is just like, all you have to do is put down your brother, and I'll allow you to be free. And Ikki, being the one he is, breaks out his own illusion and is just like, nah, bro, say, we not doing all that, bro. I'm going to fight you to protect my brother. Like that's all this is. And Shaka is like, yeah, that's cool, but the lingering effects of me sending you to 6 hells is
like,
still there.
You're feeling it, so cut it out.
He literally just obliterates the Phoenix bronze cloth, the armor that Ikki wears as the Phoenix Saint, away from his body, right? And Ikki is like, bro, like, what am I gonna do against this guy? Because Shaka is about to try to send him to the 6 hells again. Ikki, using his sheer force of cosmos, flies into the stars and says, what if I get a quadrillion degrees away from this man? Then maybe his cosmo rush won't reach me.
Yeah.
He steps down and looks down, and he sees himself in the palm of his hand. And Virgo Shaka straight up tells him, like, I did think of you like a monkey running in the palm of Buddha's hand. Like, there's nothing you can do to get away from me, right? So at that point, Shaka uses his ultimate technique, the Rings of Heaven's Treasure. This move right here, Timbu holding, he opens his eyes. The first time he's opened his eyes in the entire fight, right? And it basically traps his opponent and individually takes one of their senses away. His sense of touch, his sense of hearing, smell, sight. You know what I'm saying? Like all of his senses just gone.
Yeah.
And he's standing there and he's just like stuck with his eyes closed. Meanwhile, Shaka is like, yeah, I'm about to kill this man. Cause like, you know what I mean? Like, there ain't nothing else left for this dude.
You're done. Like, yo, you got no cloth. Your cloth is gonna be straight ash. You look like ash. Like, you over. It's over. It's not looking too clean. Unfortunately for him.
Man, it is wild because in this point, it's something where, you know, Ikki's already been at a point where he was able to revive his bronze cloth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Basically saying, like, look, I'm the Phoenix. Out of all the 88 constellation saints, I'm the only one that can just revive their power. And Shaka's like, oh yeah, the Phoenix, obviously.
Treat him like a dog.
And it's nuts, man, because at that point, you know, Shun is waking up from having been beaten down by Shaka, right?
Yeah.
And as Shaka's about to land one final blow on Ikki, Shun uses his Andromeda chains and holds Shaka back. And Shun's like, no, I'm gonna fight you to protect my brother, which I thought was so dope. It's like, look, these brothers will ride for each other.
Yeah,
like,
they real. This is straight brother power. We're not talking about knocking power. This is a different level of love when we dealing with brothers. But them chains, put them away, bro. That's not how we going out.
And it's nuts because then Shaka tries to send a force of energy at Ikki, and while Ikki's just standing there, eyes closed, all zoned out, a barrier of fire just appears around his body. And Shun comes to the realization that Phoenix Ikki is using his sixth sense to protect himself. Sensing his power, both Seiya and Shiryu awaken from them having been knocked out as well. And they see Ikki just using the sheer force of will to keep himself alive. So Shaka uses his technique of the Ring of Hidden Treasures one more time to erase Ikki's sixth sense.
Yes.
Having him there just basically like to where only his heartbeat is left. Like that's it, man. You know?
Shoot, it's even past the sixth sense. This is right at the seventh. This is
because
the peak of
right then he flares up.
He's the
and
peak.
awakens that seventh sense.
Yeah, that's the peak of your cosmos.
Now the seventh sense, you know, obviously, if it's an anime, if the sixth sense is just using the powers, that means everybody can do that.
Yeah.
Seventh sense is basically the level of power that the Gold Saints.
Yeah, this is strictly the power of the gods. So this is God on the closest thing to God. How's that gonna pan out?
And he just keeps releasing more cosmos out of his body until Ikki opens his eyes back up.
Oh boy.
And Shun realizes that because all of Ikki's senses were chapped, that allowed him to access his seventh sense. Ikki basically let Shaka close up all his senses to be like, okay, bet. Now this is the only way I could possibly activate my seventh sense.
Yes. Ikki, that's so nuts. That's absolutely nuts. The whole reveal, and I to this day, I don't know whether to call it provide like just absolute genius or just cheese. So we're just gonna call it just raw cheese because this was a raw moment.
Oh yeah.
Anybody says this raw. Like, yeah, you thought you knew. you thought I was just sitting here, just had no game plan or whatever. For whatever reason. I didn't show up until just now.
Is Ikki working off the brother boost and the Athena boost? You know what I'm saying? Listen, I gotta talk about it before we wrap this fight up, man. The Athena boost, more powerful than the Zenkai boost, more powerful than getting your potential awakened by Elder Kai or Guru or Shinron or any of them niggas, bro.
None
if
of
you're one of the bronze saints, one of the chosen saints by the goddess Athena, and you knock the fuck out, and you start hearing Athena's voice saying, you know what I'm saying?
Seiya, Ikki. Yo, you know what it is. You know what time
the boys
it is.
start getting that CTE, their head rocking, they hearing voices like Randy Orton, and boy, them
they
boys
start revving up, bro.
Powerful, boy. They get that Hulk Hogan, you boost.
Bro, they don't even start thinking straight. Like, they do the most illogical things ever.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I love Shiryu, but this man took off his cloth. He like, bro, I'll match your strength here. Even though this man's a gold saint you're fighting, I'm matching your strength right here. That's nuts. You talking a whole lot. But certainly once you get that talk, once you get that emotional boost, and these villains in Saint Seiya, or these enemies, I don't want to just say flat out villains, but these villains, they do their best to draw out something so heinous out of these people. Like, they do the most craziest, that's gonna hurt me, that's gonna affect my mental, not realizing the series that they end. Like, this continues forever. They're going for the low blows. The fact that Shaka even went with the brother, the burden of your brother holding your brother. You was playing foul games. You was playing foul, but you forgot the series. You in, my mans.
Yeah.
That's just a boost. And then for his brother to still pop up to try to save him, that's a super boost. This man Ikki, from the time he got inside to fight Shaka, you already knew. Somehow, some way, he was gonna rival his strength.
He's gonna find a way.
Yeah.
And hell, it even took him taking Virgo Shaka's most strongest move to be like, all right, bet you push me into this corner. Now I have no choice but to use my 7th sense. And right when he activates it, he opens his eyes, pulls a full Nelson on Virgo Shaka, and just charges his Cosmo to the fullest. And Shaka's like, wait, say nigga, what are you doing?
Wait, what are you doing? We gonna be sauteed, both of us.
This man, Ikki's like, I'm gonna burn you out with the flames of the Phoenix, and I'm gonna take us both out, because at that point, that was the only option. Like, if it's like, okay, listen, you back me into a corner, all I can do is activate the most sacred power that I have available to me, and none of my techniques work against you.
Oh yeah, kamikaze back hug attack.
Shit, shouts out to Chaozu, but this time the shit worked, man. Both them boys was gone. He launched Shaka in himself into the stars, trillions of miles away. You see this huge explosion in space, and all that's left in the Virgo temple is the Virgo gold cloth, just there. Just there.
Ridiculous. I'm still in awe. Mind you, I just reread the value not too long ago, and I'm still in awe. That's a bold, gutsy move.
My man Ikki tells his brother, like, man, when I reincarnate, I'll always be your brother.
Yeah, that moved me, because Saint Seiya knows how to pull your strings, bro. It know how to pull, like, for panels or just clips or general scenes. They got a panel, they got a screenshot that you could take me like, yeah, this moved me. That definitely moved me with his smile at the end. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, man, this is it.
And that was definitely one of those where in the anime, Toei was definitely pulling a Toei.
Oh,
because
yeah,
the episode card for that, it's like it says like Ikki dies for friendship, and then you just see his face smiling. It's like
smiling.
This is the eulogy, nigga. Like
it's just basically copying the last panel for the chapter of that fight.
Yeah,
their own spin, and it doesn't look out of place. This is successful canon filming. This is good canon filming.
Very good shit. Like, this fight happens, but the emotional way that they added to it in the anime, I feel like, because if you're reading the manga, this is just chapter 34. This is just one chapter. It was a special chapter. I'm not sure why Saint Seiya came out so long ago that I don't know the specifics, because most of the chapters seem like they were like 30-ish pages long. This was like an 85
this is like, it's rather
page long chapter.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure like why, like maybe he was just like, no, like this is a special fight. We're gonna give this one just the one thing. But like, imagine being like a Japanese fan, like you had that one chapter that one time, that was probably a chapter that you really fucking loved. You're waiting to see it animated, and by the time Toei gets to it, they spend a month on this episode, on this fight, right? Like 5 episodes, but they keep you on the edge of your seat. I would imagine like tuning in every week for that month was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's literally the first day of the month in May, and that's your volume 10. That's your particular. Yo, you sitting there like, bro, what? Because after that fight, literally, it's just another chapter speaking about the Libra cloth, and like, that you're so tuned out emotionally because you just witnessed a little kamikaze attack. So you're like, oh wow.
Wild to think we're actually recording this on the 37th anniversary of Saint Seiya episode 57, which is the episode in which Shaka opens his eyes. So that's paying all this homage all these years later. It came out literally 37 years ago as of the day that we're recording this. So wild to think, man. Like, people were literally enjoying this exact arc 37 years ago. And if you look, like, I mean, listen, TV ratings are not the same as what they were back in the day.
Was watching TV.
You had less options in terms of what you watch, so more shows got a greater market share. Yeah, absolutely. But these shows, like, it's on record with the ratings these episodes did. Like, these episodes did 11, 12, 13 ratings. Like, that's the percentage of the Japanese television owning populace that watched this show. Like, 13% of people that own TVs were tuned into this.
Bro, they weren't forced to do that, bro. No. They chose that, my man. They chose that. This arc stands the test of time. It moves people. whether or not you not move, it moved people.
I mean, by the final episode of this arc, they're doing a 20 in the rating. That's literally 20%
20
of the Japanese population that has TV is watching this, and like that's the highest rating that the show ever winds up getting, and for deservedly so. This is an amazing arc. Listen, as we talked about before, you don't get Bleach's Soul Society arc without this. You don't get several rescue arcs. You don't get several. Hey, the bad guy is actually a good guy. Twists without Saint Seiya. It's just wild to think, man. Like this has such a huge impact on the world, even all these years later. And there has not been a new Saint Seiya anime in quite some time. Like it's been about like 10 years or so, right? Wait, no, actually, when did Saint Seiya show? You see, I was gonna say 10 years since Saint Seiya Omega. But I know Saint Seiya show came out in 2019, and nobody watched it. Nobody watched it. It's Girl Saint Seiya. Look, guys, Saint Seiya is good, whether it's got girls or boys.
Okay? But I can understand. Why. I can understand the whole disconnect.
Yeah.
But if this were to get remade, let's say next year, 2 years from now, I'd be tuned in.
Oh yeah, I'd be tuned in.
Weekly.
Hell, I would not be surprised if that happens eventually, to be real with you. With as many 80s shows, like, look, that Defense of the North Star announcement seemed pretty legit.
It's absolutely legit.
I'm pretty sure Bronson himself posted it. So like that's got to be coming at some point.
It's coming next year for certain. Kinnikuman got its, which they went crazy because they just went to continue something as opposed to just starting over.
Yes, and I think that had a lot to do with the reason why it didn't get as big of an impact.
Yeah, like realistically, you don't do that, and it's just different. Like you're appealing to a total different demographic.
And
of people.
There was the 2019 3D remake. I mean, it has recently gotten a remake, honestly. Knights of the Zodiac Saint Seiya. I've not watched all of it. I did watch the fight for this in the Sanctuary arc of the 3D anime, and I will say, like, it seems like that is like true to manga. Like, it skipped all the stuff. It was just as quick as the manga fight was. It seemed pretty good. The only difference that I've noticed in that is that Shun is now a girl named Sean.
Yeah, it's so funny because people did not like that at all.
And I'm like, I don't see.
I can understand why, and I can like that is not a remake that they're expecting. I get it.
That like, okay, like in today's world, you're gonna find it hard to market a show with all dudes, right?
Yeah, it wasn't great. For what I looked at, it wasn't great, but it was good. It was serviceable.
Yeah, like changing the gender of one character who was already effeminate does not bother me.
That does not
whatsoever
bother me at all. Shoot, I thought Shaka was a girl the first time I saw it. So
I know the people that didn't like it are probably out here screaming DEI and screaming we can't have Andromeda Shun because of woke and whatever.
You still get the sibling point of view that you were trying to get regardless of the gender. Like I said, I thought the most deadliest Gold Saint, in my opinion, was a female character.
Yes.
So it doesn't really matter the gender.
Aphrodite was the most deadliest one.
Exactly. So again, I'm not looking at it as of who's what, or rather what you do. That's the most important part of a character. Don't care the gender. Yeah. What do you contribute to the story? What is your purpose? Do you stand out? Do you not stand out? It doesn't really change if you're a boy or girl. So a lot of people just don't like CGI. That's what I'm gonna just chalk it up to. CGI 3D, they just don't like it.
For a lot of people.
Yeah. And when they say remake and you waiting from 1986, you love the Toei anime, and you're like, okay, you see the flaws in it, and then you see remake, and then you get that. I get it to a degree because although the quality's way, way worse, but Berserk 2016, I was fuming hot, bro. I was fuming hot. There's nothing ever there's nothing good for me to say because I still recommend people to look at the OVA that only has about 28 episodes.
Yeah.
So then I get it. I'm not gonna say like, oh, you're wrong for this, because even though again quality is different, I was not telling people to go watch the latest thing. But if they can redo that, because shoot, Hokuto no Ken had a bunch of OVAs with modern animation for that time,
and those still stand out.
Those still stand out. They're still cool. And now it's getting an anime again, out of nowhere. Like, yo, you could Saint Seiya could do it, and you could do it. And now it'd be so interesting to see how the opinions change, because it's clearly a new generation for Japan, and we knew that this was a ratings monster for that time. But now look at the fact that we're mostly internet users as opposed to just sitting down stuck on a television. I really want to see how it does. I want to see the reception. You know, we have the chance to interact with some of these folks now, thanks to the internet. Whether you hate it or you love it, like the fact that you can just find a way to communicate with a bunch of people from across the world, that's always going to be a plus. So I really want to see how modern, and I mean modern, I'm talking about straight perfect, like just whatever you get in from Mappa and you get that out for Saint Seiya.
An anime. The 3D was cool, but an anime.
Yeah, I want to see. You're not gonna be pulling no crazy. You're not breaking the internet. I don't think so. Like you both.
I think
and West
in the United States, it would be what it is.
Yeah,
in everywhere else, it would pop. It would go crazy.
It would pop, and I think this would be the perfect chance to get people into like. Because bro, they gonna eat. People gonna eat up Saga, the Saga God. They're gonna eat that up. Yeah. So all you gotta do is make it look pretty. And Saint Seiya look pretty from the '86 anime. It looked damn beautiful.
It did.
The manga looked beautiful too.
Up. Yeah, the manga looks gorgeous.
It looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then you could tell it's just straight out of the '80s. So I want to see it done, and I know for sure if they decide to go the original OG Toei route with this fight in particular, I don't mind. But if they give me a full just straight episode of the manga version of this fight, I wouldn't mind as well. That'd be cool, because either way there was still some cool groovy stuff. This is not a fight that lasted that long, but because of the amount of things that you see, the character interactions, you like, yeah, this pops. This is all the way there.
There's a lot there for you to sink into.
It's all the way there. If this was my only memory of Saint Seiya, I would cherish it like no other. I still do, but boy, the only thing that frustrates me about this is people coming back. Like that and see, this is our favorite battle, so I don't have to speak about the things that rub me the wrong way. We're giving grace and flowers to this classic
all season long.
That's it. There is no need for negatives. If anything, we're pointing out what they could have done for Saint Seiya to progress even further, because there was a whole period during that time where Dragon Ball's popping, Mr. North Star's popping, and they somehow still translated to this audience that we call the West. Saint Seiya, there's no reason for
much,
because y'all love the simple stuff. I know everybody doesn't like to admit it. The people like things that are easy to digest. You would like this. So there should have been a bigger and better attempt to make sure that this was a figurehead in the States. Because this dropped in 2003. I remember seeing this on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, same. I was watching on them Saturday nights, man.
Yeah. You had no choice. If you like cartoons, you was gonna watch that.
Oh, hell yeah.
So again, the same.
Even with that 80s, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
which is mad funny. I don't remember
for Soup with the little remake.
That's so crazy. I remember the opening. I remember everything. The voices are just a pitch black to me because I only ever took the manga route straight for Saint Seiya because of the infamously known filler. So that's so interesting to know that I did watch Saint Seiya on a television that was broadcasted by a US station. So that's a fault because again, it was still with something that aired right next to it in Dragon Ball, especially, which is it's mad funny because Dragon Ball the OG was being aired right alongside with it. So it's like again, you were still like you couldn't escape. Regardless, it was just a repeat, just different countries. But I'm still at a loss for that because I think that series is something that resonates with everybody. And for that time when Power Rangers was popping and it's just cartoon Power Rangers, bro.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. It's Super Sentai.
Maybe you should have marked.
On TV.
There's a world where I'm
Animated.
like, maybe 4Kids could have done something with this. And I look at 4Kids as something like not a true, obviously a good adaptation for much things on a serious level, but it'd be interesting to see 4Kids during that time would have picked this up. Maybe, just maybe, it would have stuck in people's heads because they had the whole stuff that works for kids. They had that stuff on deck. Some things that should have been taken a little bit more seriously, like a One Piece, the Kinnikuman, they kind of fumbled, but Sonic is still there, Kirby's still there, all that stuff was there. So maybe 4Kids Saint Seiya at that time, that would have worked because cheesiness and 4Kids go together.
For real. This would have been right on the lineup, KSWB, boy. That's just is what it is. We can't focus on the past. We can only focus on the present. And I believe there is a future where we can just revitalize this series and make it what it was. Because, everybody's doing it. Like, it's either you rehash your stuff or you're making some new stuff that's going to just not stay that long. I'll even be real with you, dog. That live action movie, while it is some mid, that movie would have been a hit in 2003.
Realistically speaking,
that movie felt like this is a mid 2000s live action kind of anime, and I know that doesn't have the best connotation to it, but it wasn't in terms of adapting Saint Seiya. It was not bad. It was not this super flashy action movie that anime fans would want, but it was serviceable, bro. We've had much worse anime live action movies than Knights of the Zodiac. I know that's just because people don't fuck with Saint Seiya in the West, which is why it didn't work. But
yes,
I think in just about every different type of rendition that we've gotten Saint Seiya in within the past few recent years, there's been something for people who are fans or are at least open to the series. So I would love to see this get revitalized in the future.
Yeah. Honestly, what it really boils down to, the beginning, first couple of chapters or episodes, I see, I can understand. Maybe this
you kind of do want to just rush to the sanctuary.
You just want to skip to it, and I understand. So maybe that's why there was a big disconnect. Because when I do my rereads, I usually start from the beginning of anything. I'm gonna dedicate whatever episode we have. I'm gonna dedicate it. Whether it's something that I didn't like or something that I was fond of, I'm still going to do it. I'm going to give it my best.
Yeah.
If I pass out, I pass out. But this, I made sure I particularly went straight to the start of the Sanctuary arc. So I can understand why it wasn't super poppin'. Because the beginning is honestly, it's whatever.
Yeah, it's build up intro to the characters, and it's not the most exciting.
And sometimes you don't care about build up. You want the flash.
Action. You want to get
the action and flash.
And like I said, even me, when I got back into Saint Seiya, and really finding out what this was all about, it was through me being able to experience the Sanctuary arc in a game, which then led me to watch it in the show. So I completely understand why people will hold this arc so highly regarded, even in addition to it being just a stellar like forebearer for so many anime shonen arcs in the future, man. But
man, give it a chance.
Yeah,
shoot, the Lost Canvas is one of my favorite spinoffs.
Yo, so, Lost Canvas, really wish it had finished. And wild thing is Lost Canvas is the most like easily accessible.
Yeah, it's an easily accessible one. Like
Saint Seiya anime out. You can go on if you got a Roku TV.
Yeah, go ahead, go crazy, bro.
The little channel that shows the anime is almost always showing Saint Seiya the Lost Canvas.
They're always showing that. So go ahead, go crazy.
Like you can look up Saint Seiya the Lost Canvas. I'm pretty sure you can find it for free on YouTube. You can find it on Crunchyroll, everywhere. It's probably on Tubi. Like, I would not be surprised, man. It's a prequel that takes place about 100 years before the series, but it's still its own Saint Seiya style story, dealing with like the Hades arc, which is the greatest collection of villains outside of the Gold Saints themselves. So
yeah, go give that a if you try Saint Seiya, because I'm going to tell you this. In closing, I want you to at least give this arc a chance, if not the series a chance. Please do.
Yeah.
Like, because you might be the person that might take part in revitalizing this whole series. I want this series. I want it to succeed. Like, again, it's just, if it was popping in the time it aired at its origin, I think you can replicate that in this era. Especially in this era where it's a lot of weak stuff, bro. Like, I'm taking any old school classic with a little spin of modern touch. I'm taking it any chance. So for the sake of me, I'm being selfish here. Go ahead, read Saint Seiya Demand from Viz, whoever.
Yeah. No, it's on the Shonen Jump app. It's on there.
Yeah,
it's on there.
You run out your
I know y'all got that $2.99.
Yeah,
baby.
you got that $2.99. Don't play with me, man. And if y'all straight Pirate Warriors, it's still, I got you if you need to. I got you. But you're not running away from the series. You gonna be talking about your favorite saint. That's a given.
That's
so
serious.
Please.
That's serious. Look, you know what I'm saying? D, you got the people into Legend of Galactic Heroes. You know what I'm saying? We did in 2025, Saint Seiya wave.
Yeah, Saint Seiya wave. I'll be the one. Like I try to pivot people to an OVA to make it, and I did. Yeah. I did good, and I got a handful of people into it. So I believe I can bring a shonen that, again, at least there's a part of a fan. Like, somebody's rooting for that. There's whole podcast for Saint Seiya.
Oh yeah. Hey, we actually know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we know.
Really great Saint Seiya podcast, man.
So again, tap in. We can do this. I believe we can revitalize this. I don't care if you looking at it like, oh, you just got two guys here just talking about something from damn near 4 years ago. I don't care, bro. We can raise this up, bro. We can raise the stakes. We can bring this back. I want to see a modern adaptation of this, because I definitely want to see Shaka.
Yeah, I want to see this fight again. I want to see the folks come across Gemini Saga for the first time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'd be like, hey, God. He's just like Isaac.
Yeah, I want that. I want that, because y'all, Twitter always makes me feel old. So I want y'all to make me ancient when y'all like, yo, ain't this Isaac? Who is Blood? I want y'all like, because there's going to be moments, even stuff that you enjoy. Like, there's parts where you could clown. And Gemini Saga is somebody that I think everybody should clown.
Yeah.
Even before I found out realistically that Bleach was just taking this and doing its homework and making all the mistakes for what you considered not so great, and pushed it for that series to be what it is now and still airing in the year 2024. Like, yeah,
and it still holds people's attention.
Yeah, I want y'all to clown. I want y'all to clown Saga. I want y'all to laugh about Athena giving people power-ups, because I wasn't with that. With when I'm seeing y'all having fun talking about Bleach Kaisen and stuff, like, it's a little disconnect. Like, I obviously gave it a try. We run an anime pod, so like I want to be intact with y'all, but I wasn't feeling that. So for this series, I know y'all can get into it. I want y'all to clown this. I want y'all to have fun. I want y'all to show you. Please bring back that era, bro. Make me
so serious, man. Look, all the Saint Seiya animes are available on Crunchyroll, so it's really easy to get into. And then once you get into it, man, go fuck with our boys at the Saint Seiya Cosmocast. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They're the first English speaking podcast about Saint Seiya. You know what I'm saying?
Realistically,
like they will hold you down for so much information, man.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You can find them at stcosmocast.com. That's stcosmocast.com. You can always tune in to them. They've got plenty of information for you if you want to listen to more people educate you on this greatness about Saint Seiya, because it is really one of the greatest shonen, one of the greatest animes of all time.
One of the greatest, like where they're at. And it's all humbling feeling to realize that something that you consider very great, classic, can also have things that you find like you not question it, but realistically, like you can realize that's not perfect. That's the greatest thing ever. To realize something that you hold into high regards is not perfect. It's amazing. I'm doing rewatches of things that I've rated 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, and before
you can go back to it. Be like, this is a nice little 6.
Yeah, but thankfully I've picked my 9 smartly. Yeah. But the 8s and the 7s, some of them got 5s. And 5 is still watchable to me. Maybe one of these random days I'll give y'all basically how I rate and view my anime or anything that I digest. But if something gets bumped down to 5, bro, that's watchable. And for me, look at somebody who says, I drop things at a fly. Like, legitimately. If it's not holding my eye, it's not watchable. Feel me? So, for 5, that's still watchable. Could be better, but it's 5. But yes, I like going back to series like this. I'm not telling y'all my score for this at all. That's a secret. That's only, we ain't doing that. We're gonna, I'll do an equivalent exchange. I'll give you my score once you finish reading basically this entire
the Sanctuary arc. Yeah, you go through the Sanctuary arc, and we'll let you know.
I'll give you the rating.
Back together.
I'll give you the rating of what I gave the Sanctuary. A nice little treat. I like bartering with folks, so I will give you my personal score, and I'll tell you what I did like, didn't like, what could have been better, etc., etc. But you gotta. I don't care if you watch it, read it. You gotta do it.
You got to. Y'all got to, man. If y'all gonna rock with subs, y'all gotta at least tap in with Saint Seiya one time, man.
Please do. Like, true. What do you think? We just come in here to just talk about old stuff?
You're only missing out on goodness.
Yeah, you're only missing out on some of the tropes and things that you've seen forever now, where it started. Like you genuinely want to know. History is important, no matter what genre it is, whether it be an anime, whatever. You would like to know where things originate from, and you're gonna get it. Some of my favorite stuff are old as hell, and that's good. Old is good, new is good sometimes, but yes,
this week we made sure that we brought y'all some extreme goodness, man. Make sure y'all tap in. Like I said, this is an amazing series. I hold it in high regard. I know D does just the same, man. This is legitimately one of my personal favorites. So very glad we got to tap in with this. Hope y'all enjoyed it yourselves. Make sure y'all tune in next week as we dive into One Piece.
One Piece. Something that everybody tells me that they love.
That's right.
And I love.
Yeah, and I have grown to. One Piece has been a part of my life since I was a teenager. I've grown as an adult to really love it myself. And even though it's still very new to me, I really, really enjoy One Piece. Yes. And I'm really glad to be able to get into it next week. We're going to be diving into the sky. Well, we're going to be launching into the sky.
Yes, another S episode.
That's right. As we will be focusing on NL versus Luffy.
Yes.
The Thunder God versus the future Pirate King. So make sure y'all tune in, man. Also, tune in for our streams this week. We will be streaming on some Saint Seiya games, a little bit of J Star's Victory Versus as well. You know what I'm saying? My man Seiya in there, so that counts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Y'all get some really great action from that. But until then, take care of yourselves, take care of your people. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that y'all are really, really taking time to relax, man. It's the holidays. You probably overworked from the whole year. Relax. You only get to the end of the year one time. Relax.
Absolutely. End it off strong. I'm still going. I'm not going into detail or whatever I'm dealing with, but I'm still going strong. I'm burning. Till my
burning his Cosmo.
Yeah, I'm burning my Cosmo. I'm burning my embers till there's no more white ash. That's what I've been. So please, end the year strong.
For us.
Please don't.
But until next time, man. Subs lie. Dubs lie. We don't. Never have.
Never will. Us, never them. It's always, we've been trying to show y'all. Like, if it's not in your head 5 seasons in, we gotta just keep on doing it some more.
You heard the man. You heard the man.
I'll be an ancient man covering this.
Listen, look, my pops, you know what I'm saying, is talking about some damn at 60 some odd, trying to get you cosplay. You never too old for this shit, man.
Never too old for nothing. I make it a habit to make people try to get into new stuff. Or new old stuff.
Y'all heard it here, man.
Yeah, man. Yo, please.
Subs like dubs like forever. Look out forever.
Forever!
Catch y'all next week.
Absolutely. I'll at your boys.